Chronicles of Time. Chapter 19. The Nature Boy. Disguised as a military representative, the time traveler visited Rudyard Kipling, finding him consumed by sorrow. His son John had fallen in the trenches of World War I, a war he was never meant to fight. Born with poor eyesight, John was deemed unfit for service, but Kipling, with influence and determination, had secured his enlistment. Now grief and guilt weighed heavily on him. As they spoke, Kipling's voice trembled with regret. "I thought I was giving him honor, but I sent him to his death." The traveler remained silent, listening, not to judge, but to understand. In that moment, the poet turned to the words that had once shaped his own beliefs. His voice steadied, and from memory he recited "If," his defining poem on resilience, manhood, and fate. The song, The Weight of Words, remarkably captures the burden Kipling carried for the rest of his life. The agony of a father who used his influence to send his son to war, only to be left with an unbearable silence in return.
A boy alone, a world so cold, not yet a man, but much too old. Hands that strike, words that wound, dreams of home lost too soon. But must I be strong? Must I endure? What is the weight of words unsaid? A poet's verse, a father's dread. They lift, they heal, they carve, they scar. They send a boy to war too far. What is the weight of words unsaid? A poet's verse, a father's dread. They lift, they heal, they carve, they scar. They send a boy to war too far. He stood so proud in uniform bright, eyes too young for the trenches fight. A father's push, a whispered plea. He was my son, but did he die for me? His voice breaks. My John, my boy, where are you now? Lost in none, lost in sound. What is the weight of words unsaid? A poet's verse, a father's dread. They lift, they heal, they carve, they scar. They send a boy to war too far. What is the weight of words unsaid? A poet's verse, a father's dread. They lift, they heal, they carve, they scar. They send a boy to war too far. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, if you can watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. A broken father, a poet's regret. What is the weight of words unsaid? A poet's verse, a father's dread. They lift, they heal, they carve, they scar. They send a boy to war too far. If I had stayed, my hand held back my pen, would he still walk this earth again? Or must I be strong? Must I endure? If you can meet with triumph and disaster, treat those two imposters